And you're back in Brugge at Tom's Tourney 2020. We had the first of the Open Division semi-final. We've got a D off the first point. We're a little bit behind coming to you with the coverage. We've got Tchac versus CUSB Redbulls and a D off the first couple of passes. And a score break straight up out of the gate for Tchac. What a start to the game.
Really, I love that too. If you're Tchac, that's exactly what you want to have. A nice break against this CUSB Redbulls team, who's usually chilly with the disc, doesn't make too many mistakes. And as you can see right here, number 71, Sylvan Robel, just kind of going into the end zone for the score, starting 1-0. Perfect start.
Yeah, great start. So, bit of context here. We have CUSB Redbulls, the D-line for the CUSB squad, and Tchac, the French team, going to Worlds. So we should have a really good contest on our hands. Looking at the results going into this game, both teams have taken a couple of losses. Tchac, not quite sure how they were going to fare. Seeded 10th, but doing really well, only taking one loss to Chevron. CUSB taking a few more losses too, force themselves into a pre-quarter, but beat Chevron to get to this game, so it should be a really tight match. It
really should, and as we can see too with the CUSB Redbulls, it's the same team kind of as the CUSB La Fulta team. They just kind of split into that team, but right now you can see CUSB Redbulls going to use their energy, going to use their motivation to kind of get things going. As the wind's really picking up here, things are kind of floating along, and it looks like the Red Bulls are ready to pick it up and try to get this hold. As they move it up to number 10. Moving up the field.
Centered now. CUSB moving quite freely. Playing out of a horizontal stack. Swung to the far sideline now. No receivers coming, and just as I say that, open space in the middle. Tongeti with the disc. A big player for them now. Now up to the halfway line. 23 with the disc. Christofuli trying to get a reset out. Sits it out nice and wide. 35 with the disc, moves it into the middle. Big call from Tchac at the moment. I think we'll be seeing a transition in this defense. 29 on the near side. Trying to swing, gets the inside shot. CUSB moving freely but not gaining very many yards. Tongeti tries to make things happen. Almost fumbled. Tongeti with the disc again now. Oh, and a point block! Big point block from Fair. That was a big moment.
That was huge. What a powerful hand block that was. Oh my goodness. If you're Tchac, this is exactly what you wanted to do.
Oh, but a point block in return! 35 for CUSB with that foot block. Things are getting a little bit spicy now on the pitch. Layout bid. Trailing a little bit. Let's see if CUSB would do a little bit more with the disc than they did last point. We go for a big shot. Tongeti reeling it down. No! Defense wasn't anywhere near him. He could just walk that one in.
And the dunk at the end, what a celebration. Just want to be careful about hitting the net and injuring yourself right there, but that's sick right there. Throw him the alley-oop. And as you can see right there, CUSB Redbulls with a nice deep shot to Tognetti. As we can see, he's getting involved already, and that's exactly what they wanted for the whole. Just getting a spicy 1-1 game.
1-1 game indeed, so we don't have a half, so we're not going to see change of possession at half. So Tchac with the break first up, going to hopefully look to keep their nose in front at this stage and put this O in and hopefully get a D later. CUSB really want to get this break back now.
And as we can see here, just kind of floating in, it's simple pitch and catch. You can even just see Luca Dagnati just running under it, jogging under it, and the slam dunk celebration. We'll take that all day. Kind of something like LeBron James right there.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to be a deep threat all game. He was getting a lot of disc, but when he went quick. That's Luca Tongeti for CUSB Redbulls. We're ready now, both lines just matching up. You were talking to the CUSB captain. What did you find out?
Kind of just exactly the motivations behind the squad. You know, again, we know that they kind of split into two different teams this tournament, and as we've seen La Fulta before, we see the Red Bulls this time kind of having some spicy, again, watching out for the captains as well too. Again, Luca Tagnati, just a big player, and you also have Davide Mori as well as a big player. So
Davide with the pull there, sitting nicely. Defense set, first pass off, sitting just in the front of their end zone. Horizontal stack from Tchac. Getting the inside shot out. No deep cuts coming for them yet. And as I say, that one goes with separation, but the shot is holstered. Opted for a swing, gaining yards. Chevalier with the disc. Delaire, apologies, with the disc. Inside shot to the center, over the halfway line. Moving towards the brick. Tchac moving quite freely.
You see Davide Moore just kind of he's trying to say right there, it's like there's capacity, I guess, just about the space. It seems Davide's a little bit too close as number 13, Vincent Abeta, is just kind of letting know, and they're having a discussion about it.
We're still talking about there. I think we may see a contest. Morey on the force. 2-point blocks already in this game in the first 2 points. Oh, he's right up in his grill again. Not happy there, the Tchac players. Maybe a violation. Some players are playing, some are not. I don't think anyone knows what's going on out there.
I think so too. It's just a little bit of confusion too. And as you can see, the Red Bulls mark right there. Davide Morey kind of switching it around, it looks like, from a backhand. And again, just the passion's kind of flowing right now as we get started early, just to get the game, you know, kind of flowing.
Yeah, that archetypal Italian passion, you might say.
Exactly. No stranger to that. The Red Bulls use that, and they thrive on that energy as well.
Yeah, especially as a D-line, there's going to be... Oh, and after that long, prolonged call, we get a turn straight off the gate, out of the gate.
And Vincent Abetsa just throwing that right into the turf right there. Great mark by Davide Morey.
Davide goes big. Oh, misread by the CUSB player. Tries to go a little bit early. Tucci can't wheel it in. Tchac moving the disc in the backfield. Looking upfield. No real separation from the undercuts. Goes big. Alberta got lots and lots of time with Morey there. Morey gets a good effort.
Wow.
A good effort. But reeled down by the Tchac player.
And as you can see right there, Vincent Abetsa just, it looked like Davide Morey just kind of got the disc first. It looks like he kind of tipped it, but the concentration by Abetsa, number 13 right there, just to reel it in for the score. That was amazing. Yeah, that was a good matchup there in the air. Let's wait for that little replay and have another look at that. What just a deep shot right there by Tchac. And again, Davide Morey just running through there. He's got his hand on it, but it looks like Vincent Abetsa just got a little bit higher for that matchup. Good work from Alberta there. And right now, again, just from that 1 point, it looks like that matchup's kind of one to watch again on the Red Bulls D-line against the Tchac O-line. And then the spike at the end, bringing some passion, and then the, again, the touching of hands of sportsmanship too.
Yeah. Offering the hand, it was a fair challenge. It was a good battle all the way down the pitch. We're ready for the next point now. Tchac on defense. Pull goes up from Robert. Hangs, not quite making the end zone. CUSB take it to hands, centered the disc. Playing again out of a hoe stack, 2 options coming onto the open side. 28 with the disc. Centers. Back to Tonghetti. Very open man there for him. Looking to the end zone, but takes a center shot. Ooh. Pops up a little bit, but reeled in by the CUSB player. Back to Tonghetti. Waiting for something to happen for him. Not quite happy with the cuts he's been offered. There is an option on the break side, but he elects not to take it. Dishes the disc back to 28. 35 now with the disc for CUSB. Moving forward. Not many cuts coming from the deep field. Looking to work through the handlers. Tonghetti with the disc again. Big break side shot. Moving now really quickly, knocking on the door. Are we going to get, hammer option, but not taken. Pops the disc over and reeled in. That was a nice bit of vision to see that space there and pop the disc right there. Served on a platter for him. It really was right there. As you can kind of just see the Red Bulls moving it up the line. Like you said, hats off to that Tchac defensive point right there. They were making it tight. Again, it looks like everybody was kind of marked the matchups being matched up really well right there. So Red Bulls finding it, squeezing it across the field. As you can see, Tonghetti throwing it across the pitch right there. It's number 29, throwing it back, and then just getting it up there for the score. Yeah, I think we're going to see some fantastic match defense throughout this game. Red Bulls, very physical team, very passionate team. Watching them warm up, some really physical defense in their warm-ups. I think we're going to see a lot of that today. I think so too, and again with Tchac as well. They're a tallish team, but they're also more of kind of that passion, athletics kind of style as well too. So 2 very athletic, passionate sides going at it, and we've seen it so far, a 2-2 draw at the break. It's the semifinals. This is exactly what you want. Breaks are going to come few and far in between, so you have to capitalize your opportunities. Exactly, yes. This is the first semifinal of the Open Division. Looking to work their way into the final, which we'll be bringing you later on OTTV later today. The final streamed live. Just some prolonged breaks between the points here. Maybe taking just a moment out of the game, calming some of the passion. But the disc goes up. Morey with the pull. Hangs it up for Tchac. Pull fielded on the front of their end zone line. Centered. Hostak still struggling to get 3 under. Really, really good work for the Tchac defense and really good work from 27. Santucci doing a huge amount of work there. Now with the disc, looking forward. Trying to get the disc up the line. Floats a little bit into the middle field, but it's kept safe. Oh, going to ground to keep the disc alive. Cusp on the march now. Looking towards the end zone. Oh, really gets up there, Maury. And a hand and spike to finish it off.
Exactly, and it looks like 2 back-to-back spikes. This is what I really maybe enjoyed most about this game is honestly the celebrations. We've seen spikes back-to-back, we've seen slam dunks, but again, first you have to convert your breaks to get to those celebrations. As you can see right there, that's exactly what the Red Bulls did right there. And you can see Davide Maury just reaching to the ceiling to get that assist. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was. And just, shout out again to Santucci, some fantastic match defense in the middle to generate that turn. Took out 8 seconds worth of offensive possession, generated a turn through pressure. Really, really good to see.
And again, with the Red Bulls kind of switching it up right there, not too much on defense with the match defense, but it looks like Tchac going into a split side stack, which was interesting to see, but it didn't phase the Red Bulls at all as they got the turn and then converted the break as needed.
So again, we're finding ourselves with another slightly prolonged break between the points. Tchac just taking a moment. That's the break back for CUSB, so we're back on to serve. 3-2 to CUSB Red Bulls. CUSB Red Bulls being the D-line of that squad. Tchac, the full squad. I was talking to their captain earlier. They didn't quite know what to expect coming into this tournament. I've been very happy with their performance so far. Maury with the pull, it's a rolling pull. Rolls out of bounds, but fielded quickly by Tchac, and we're in the middle of the pitch, just ahead of the brick mark. All reeled in really nicely by 27, Roger there. Bit of work to do on that catch. Now looking towards the end zone, 42, Delaire with the disc.
And it looks like a pick called in the stack as well, going back.
There was a lot of separation. As we started saying yesterday, suspiciously open, that man there.
He was. As you can see, number 15, Vinceroli just kind of saying, no, you know, the pick occurred early. I think I would have been there. And the disc goes back.
Deal now. Goes for the same receiver, different shot. Not got a number, I'm afraid, on this thrower. Looking to the end zone. Now in the another call. Another call amicably resolved. Disc goes back. Ventrulli on the force. Some big arms there, looking to generate maybe another hand block, but we're now in the red zone. Disc right in front of the end zone. Not quite making it just yet. 35 with the 33 with the disc.
And it looks like right there it's from Axel Roger to Jean-Sébastien Gilou. Gilou just looking in the end zone. And it looks like it's going all the way back. So number 27, Axel Roger.
So that's the third call in a very short amount of space of time. Roger with the disc.
Switching
coming
the force
onto the open side, bit of miscommunication initially, but tied it up nicely.
And again, working that to number 42 with the score, Marco Delay, just going in there, honestly. I mean, just working it, being chilly with this Tchac offensive red zone possession, just moving it back and forth. And as you can see there too, the Red Bulls try to switch their mark to make them do a flick force, and at the end, convert the score.
Indeed, and they didn't get riled up. Sometimes when you see lots of calls in front of the end zone, teams get quite angry and turn themselves over, but they kept it really, really calm, waited until the open person, and had 2.
Exactly. I mean, you had, I think, 3 foul calls, 2 pick calls, and then the third foul call looks like just maybe a little bit of a false starter, kind of a foul on the break. But yeah, like you said, Tchac being smooth with it, just kind of converting it, just finding the rhythm and then punching it in for the score.
Exactly. CUSB now on offense. Troops being marshaled by the coach of Tchac.
As we see Tom just trying to fix some numbers through with the unnamed player number 24, it looks like. Quinton Roger right there.
We're ready now, disc goes up. Another rolling pull. Ooh, not quite kept in bounds. This is going to be a tough position to start in a static start with a set defense. What can CUSB do in this position? Got a sag in the channel. Handler moving it to 13. Trying to get it out, no easy options for him, tries to pop it over the top. Kept nicely, Tongetti with the disc, moves it forward. Now we're moving a little bit quicker for CUSB, 35. Tongetti again, and goes big from Tongetti. That's a really nice disc, it's hanging a little bit, there's height mismatch and he gets up over him, climbs the ladder.
Thomas Levier right there.
Levier, that was good. That was good. I'm not sure I'd have picked that matchup to throw deep. Didn't look like a huge amount of separation, and there's a massive height mismatch there.
And it looked like the disc just kind of hung up a little bit for Levier to get up there and get the D.
Tchac now looking to move forward. Theo with the disc. Centers. Not rushing here, Tchac. Trusting each other for the cuts to develop. Looking to reset. A little bit stuck, but 66 gets free fair again. Swiss representation for this French team. Finds to seize the separation deep. Lets it rip! 80 reels it down.
And you can see right there, just Laurent Fay just fist bumping there after he threw that nice dime downfield for the score too, to put Tchac up 4-3, and that's a break.
That is a break. Seeing a couple of breaks either way.
And honestly, I mean, I can even kind of attest that to the pull. The pull was brilliant right there. Kind of landed right inbounds and then rolled out. It allowed the Tchac defense to get set, causing the turn. And you can see Laurent Fay just throwing it deep to number 80.
Full on letting that one rip. He was quite high stall. Threw a big fake. Defense really bit quite hard. Opened up himself a lot of space to get that disc out.
And that's just straight up cash money right there, honestly. I mean. And as you can see here from our other stream, EMUCC, the commentators and production crew over there, it's live. Go check it out as well. But, I mean, if you're watching us, you can stay here too. You don't have to go over there. But it's just nice to have both of our production streams, Ulti TV working super hard to bring you both games. And why not double screen it? Exactly.
Or they're all going to be up on YouTube. Go back later when we're done. Getting a little bit of Mr. Frisbee in the working week, possibly working from home.
Exactly.
Have it up on that screen. And we're ready now for the next pull. Robert goes up. That's sitting really nicely. Shading towards the edge of the sideline. It's going to be a set defense. Disc is centered. Tongetti with the disc on the front of his own end zone. Fires an open person. 27. Back to Tongetti. Lots of disc going through Tongetti's hands. Distributes to the far side of the pitch. Back to Tongetti.
Looks like Tourney Jan Nonwick coming onto this line too, just to kind of get some stability.
Tongetti again goes big. Sits that one up. That one was on a platter. Big height mismatch there, but nailed the throw. Ran onto, took in stride.
Exactly, to number 26, Gabriel Calarata. As you can see, just kind of getting involved in the game. It was just, again, chef's kiss of a pass right there in the end zone for the score. And the Red Bulls, that's what they needed to level the score right here. And while we take this break as well, too, you know, just throw us a like, subscribe, comment in the chat, just kind of letting us know how you're feeling about the game. I mean, this is the semifinals for repeat's sake, so we're getting excited here in the open division. I mean, how are you feeling, Mike?
I'm feeling great. Watching this level of Frisbee all weekend, the weather's been beautiful. Brugge is a fantastic city, and the beer's not half bad either.
No, not at all. Some might say a little too good.
Some might say it was a pretty good night last night, wasn't it?
Yes. In simple terms, yes. Did a little crowd surfing, got to meet some players and everything along those lines. Great tournament run. And again, this is Tom's Tourney in Brugge.
Yeah, and Tom's Tourney running in the right spirit for Frisbee. It feels like a family event. It's done for the love of the sport. There's lots and lots of people here helping out just because they want to be part of it. It's a fantastic environment.
Exactly. And again, most of the volunteers here are families of people in Brugge kind of supporting the cause and just giving us a wonderful show and giving the players wonderful attention as well too, and hats off to them for this beautiful tournament.
I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. Maury's now ready with the pull. Davide Maury winds up, goes big, sits again. Very similar pull to the last one. Tchac looking to center, ahead of their end zone line. We have a call in the middle of the field. Jan Noir with the disc. Make with that call. Gets a really nice inside shot there. Set out, power position. Let's rip and reeled in by Abuata.
And that's one of the matchups, again, that we've been kind of saying all day, at least in the person-to-person. Again, about to just getting a little bit of an advantage over there against Davide Mori, and that's a score for his second goal of the game.
And again, a really nice throw, served up on a platter, all from that really quite tasty break and onto the side.
And again, too, just Tchac offense really using that to their advantage. Even though they've had 4 turns on that offensive line, they've only converted or been broken once. So you can see just the fluidity in that pass and just making sure that they can have things happen. As we see right here, just getting a little recap here of the game so far. We're having some deep shots thrown. We're having some other things going on. Again, it kind of goes down to the conversions of the D-line, and we can see right here Tchac having 2 conversions, 2 breaks, compared to the Red Bulls 1 break for that. But again, we're having a beautiful day out here. It's 5-4, living the dream.
Indeed, it's a close game. Both teams really want to be in the final. Second semi-final is not yet to happen. Clapham versus is no good, which is going to be another really tight game. Some very high-level ultimate on display here in Brugge. That pull is sitting really high. Tchac with a set defense for the first pass. Tongetti with the disc. Let's rip with another big one. Another big one. It's sitting. It's going to be a little bit of a battle. Oh, and he gets up there. Perfect positioning for the Tchac player. Moving really quickly. FRA with the disc. Almost. Let's rip back. Takes some more sets. Oh, big bit there, but can't quite get on it. Gets on the mark really quickly there. Number 13 for CUSB with a big old D. FRA with the disc. Looking towards the end zone. No options easily for him. Looking towards the front, but not quite there. Goes big break side shot. Oh, 23 does a good effort, but 62 does not take his eyes off it. Monjuice doing a really good job there, distributing the disc to the far corner, and a foot spike for good measure.
And again, right there too, as we see, just kind of Laurent Fay, again, just being cool with the disc. He can make any type of throw, and that throw went right over the head. You would have, I thought that was going to be a turn because it looked like it was going to nowhere. But again, just trusting in his players, as you see here, Quentin Menu having that assist, catching it, and then throwing it to 29, Thomas Louis, for the score. And as you can see here, Tchac doing a little crow pose right here. That's kind of sweet.
So a timeout taken.
Looks like a timeout right here. We have one of our broadcasting members right here. Looks like D just got some socks from Tom's Tourney, repping some swag out there. Player pack, baby, player pack.
Which huddle would you rather be in now?
Honestly, I'd probably say Tchac right now. It's just kind of things are flowing well for them. The offense seems to be clicking. They're getting things done. And then the defense is also coming off a strong break as well, too, converting their shots and just having fun. I mean, and that's not to say anything against the Red Bulls as well, too. You can see just the passion being like, hey, we need to calm down, just kind of do what we know, use our passion, use our athleticism to our advantage right now, and just be chilly with the disc. And it looks like right now we have time for an ad, so we're going to send it to our production squad.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, Ultimate TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and
fund
fund
our work
work
to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the ultimate world and beyond. We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, Ultimate TV, the best in the world.
And we're back after that timeout. Bit of daylight's opened up in this game now. 6-4 to Tchac. Couple of breaks either way. Number of turnovers haven't been huge. Really clinical offense so far.
And while we'll take this moment right here just to say shout out to John Hoffey in the chat. The ultimate life indeed. Thumbs up to that statement as they pull it down deep.
CUSB with the disc. Centering. Big yard gainer to Jan Kwok. Mori with the disc. Nothing really happening for him. He makes something happen with the disc, moving to the centre of the pitch. Back to Mori. Swings, continues to swing. Now onto this near side. Wind's just started to pick up a little bit here.
Ooh.
Nice pickup from Jan there. Wind moving from the left of your screen. Might give some throwers pause for thought. Might see some discs sitting up. Now moving towards the brick mark. Cusp on the charge. Option of the line not taken. Good effort on the force. Have a call there. Mori not very happy with it. Passionate man, it looks like.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and anybody that knows the ultimate scene, especially in Italy, Italian football frisbee, David Mori's right up there, one of the names to know.
And very smooth, buttery smooth to bond that one in. Running with the momentum of the disc all the way to the sideline, towed in. Very nicely done from Cusp. They'd be happy with that.
And you can just see a string of passes right there by Cusp Redbulls. Again, Jan Narwick with the assist right there, just balling out and tossing real easy, real slight. As we just saw a little bit of a replay of the score right here. The wind is picking up that point, so you can see the Red Bulls using a little bit more spin and rotation on their throws, getting it in there, punching it in, and just silky smooth as you like it.
Silky smooth, yeah, I loved how that, I particularly like how that went with the momentum of the play. Everyone knowing, just moving on, running continuation lines, defense on the back foot the entire time. Score is, as you can see there, 6-5. Tchac ahead at the moment. Tchac coach marshalling the troops. Kaspar ready for the pull. Tongetti with the disc in his hand. Seen some really strong pulls so far.
And it looks like a stand. Gnot's in the chat saying hola, hola to you too from sunny Brugge. Getting ready for this break, this pull, this hold.
Again, another really long break between the points. These games aren't very long, and we're wasting a lot of time standing around, enjoying the sunshine.
Exactly, we're almost at 30 minutes, and that's halfway through the game.
A bricked pull, sailing over the small crowd we've got developing here. No particular hurry to bring that disc back.
And you can see here just the crowd kind of building up. There's a bit of an audience at this open semifinals game. Looks like Tchac is taking their time, bringing it to the brick as well.
Horizontal set, marshalling the handlers, making sure we know where we are. We're finally in, and we're moving.
And that's a turn right there by number 25, Goro.
I'm almost lost for words there. Inside shot, moving again with momentum. That's a big, big turn. So long waiting for something to happen. First pass, and I'm going to put that down as a fumble.
And
he should have taken that.
Exactly, and honestly, I mean, even kind of an attestation to what you were saying before, just kind of waiting that long kind of takes you out of your rhythm. You think about it so much, just kind of what your next move is, and you're just getting out of the rhythm is right there. Just a little bit of a turn. And then it
wasn't a lovely pass. It was a bit tricky, but he should have reeled that one in. Maybe the wind having a bit of an effect, but a lovely inside pass, and then just following on with the momentum.
And even there, CUSB Redbulls using it to their advantage. They'll have it any way they can get it, and that's a break, 6-6.
6-6, they'd be very happy with that. Drawing the game back level. One thing we are seeing is when a team turns, the point gets put in.
It does.
We're not seeing multiple turnovers at a point. Really clean game so far.
As you can see here too, especially both D lines for both teams. Tchac 75% converting 3 of their 4 breaks, and then you can see the CUSB Redbulls at 66% converting 2 of their 3 breaks. So yeah, once they get those turns, they're really good about punching it in.
Those are good numbers. Any team can be happy with those numbers.
Exactly, especially if you're your D line. It's pretty substantial, pretty significant, especially in games like these, the semifinals. You have to be precise.
Tongetti with the pull again. This time it lands in bounds. Moved ahead of the brick mark already by Tchac. Looks like we have a different defensive look. Bit of a sag or a loose match. A more conventional zone it looks like. Tchac just taking their time, finding space on the sideline. We have a call. Bit of contact perhaps between some of the handler marks. There's some unmarked players on this near side of the pitch. Gollior and Ake is a space. Venturi keeping an eye. Wary eye. Match marked in the deep field. So there are options for the overhead if they elect to take it here. Or they may look to go back. Match mark on the swing. Resets, they work it through the middle. And then find the space on this side of the pitch. Defense setting really quickly though to cover, shut off the movement. Tchac not making many yards here. Finally find a space infield. Gollier with the disc. Back out onto the far side. CUSB doing really well here, switching it up, keeping most of the threats, but now there's just 2 options in the end zone. Route 1 still the way they're going. Now swinging it back, Tourney with the disc. Big swing, 13 up to Abeta. Really tight force there. Finds the inside shot and a nice pop to finish it off.
It really was, and you can just kind of see that's what Tchac is capable of, just swinging it along the disc, trusting their offense. That's what we've been seeing all game right there, as continuously going along. They're just kind of rocking you to sleep. It goes side to side, up, up, up. As you can see right here, number 13, who other than Vincent Abet, throwing a nice inside, as you can see right there. Tchac, 1-2 fakes for the ice, inside slice for the score.
Lovely little lefty backhand there just to pop it out in front. Often a much better throw to use in those circumstances than your flick. Much more control over short distances.
It was really beautiful to see right there. Oh my goodness. That's textbook offense.
Oh, lovely and calm.
Wow.
And then the supporting runner. Easy as you like. Chevalier with the score there. Again, slight delay between the points starting. We're over halfway now. To be fair, while we're having a fair bit of time between points, the points themselves are pretty short. We've seen some turnover marathon points so far this tournament.
Exactly, we really have. We've seen, as you can see, if you were tuned into our stream previously, the CUSB Shout game, the first point was about 9 minutes, which is real long. And these games are just kind of going in. As you can see, the CUSB Redbulls starting back in their own end zone, but moving it up. Davide More throwing it up to number 35. And they continue to keep going. Number 13 throws it deep catch. It's number 28, CUSB Redbulls all the way. That offensive point was silky smooth as you like it. And these offenses, it just kind of looks like when they convert and they get into rhythm, there's not much that can make them cause a turn. As you say, the points in between are a little bit longer, taking their time to kind of gear it up, but the points win them themselves. Really short, really smooth.
Yeah, really decisive offense from both teams. Waited, but look, saw the separation, threw that disc out. Really nice pass. Wind has picked up, but it didn't really affect it that much there.
And as you can see here, Tchac and Redbulls level 7-7 with 34 minutes in the game pass by. And honestly, Mike, kind of what analysis do you have of the game? How are you feeling so far?
Well, firstly, I'm thoroughly enjoying it so far. I am liking how clean the offenses are. CUSB have started to throw slightly different things on defense. I think what they'll be talking amongst themselves is we need to get those big plays. They're going to think of themselves as an athletic, decisive line. They need to go out there and generate some more turns, give themselves more opportunities to get a nose in head. But I think they just need to really try and push Tchac off their game. Tchac are playing quite calm. They're very happy in what they're doing. They need to start mixing that up.
And that's what this Red Bull team is capable of, making you upset at these marks. They can really get in your head. As you see a pull right there, deep from CUSB Red Bulls.
Tongetti again with the pull, sitting nicely. Disc move to the front of the end zone. 12 with the disc now. Marie taking his time, not rushing. Finds the break side option. Nice and high. Back to Marie. Looks to the end zone. Two cutters with separation deep, but elects to keep the disc alive and swings. Marie again. Disc going through his hands quite a lot.
And Tchac again just kind of effortlessly moving it up the field, already back to the halfway point from that deep pull.
Now starting to knock on the door in the red zone. Definitely now for Tchac. Handlers are marked out, but they do find the second handler. And we have a call on the field.
Looks like a nice little pick call from number 97, Luca Donati, just to kind of get back into space.
Chevalier with the disc. Fakes the scuba, but finds the open side.
And that's Vincent Abetsa for his 3rd score of the game. This man knows how to find the end zone. He keeps scoring, putting points on the board for his team.
He does, but he's not just an end zone monkey. He's getting a lot of disc, hand on disc, moving it around, being part of the handler play, an all-round player. That's what you love to see.
He really is. He's one of those utility players that you can just kind of see. As we saw the point before, not this O point specifically, but the one before that, just kind of using the handler space, throwing some inside throws as well, too, just to hand out. But as you can see before, he can go deep, he can catch anything. He's really versatile, I'll say.
Yeah, exactly. And you need that sort of player at this level. You need people who can step in, keep the disc alive, but also, when you rip it deep, tear down the yards and beat their match in the air.
Exactly, and that's exactly what Tchac is doing right now, just kind of converting these breaks, or converting their scores as well, and they're going to look to see if they can get a break here.
CUSB ready. Tchac taking a little bit longer. Rest of the squad vacating the pitch.
I was saying, this time
marshalling
between points too. I'm sorry to interrupt right there, Mike. It's just giving us a lot of time for analysis. That's what you love to see if you're a Frisbee hit.
I can't think of many better things than sitting in this lovely sun, watching, chatting Frisbee all day.
Exactly. And it's a beautiful, and I stress beautiful sunny day, Sunday. And where I'm from in the U.S., it's Mother's Day as well, so shout out to all the mothers out there.
And that pull is sitting big, big pull, and it comes back into bounds. Tchac defense already set, CUSB having to face tight matches from the first pass. Gets the disc to Moray in the middle. Gets the inside shot out and a travel called on the throw.
And what was cool too to see from this Tchac team is as that pull was sailing inbounds, all of them cawing like crows. That was awesome. Very intimidating too.
Yeah, it was. It was. We have good sidelines here. And a good crowd. We're starting to get a bit of atmosphere developing throughout the day. Foul call on the mark.
And it looks like they're just having a discussion about the foul on the throw, or maybe the fake, I should say. Yeah, it's an uncontested foul.
Coming in on 3.
Looks like 3 in a violation.
Balkani with the disc. With a bit of a pause in the game, but he lays out a lovely pass from Moray. Oh, extra defender, almost getting the bid in. Sent it to the open man. Really, really nice lead pass there. 23, has Krasfuli. Sees the open person on the open side. 28 now, with the disc. Oh, it leads it lovely into the end zone. That's a beautiful pass. Krasfuli again picking up that point.
That was amazing. I mean, and even then, you could see there was tight marks by that Tchac defense too. Really playing there. Manouche getting in there, just using his body, but CUSB Redbulls offense just efficient in their play, getting it through, making tough throws. And you can see right there, there was one time in the point where the Tchac defender laid out right there, but David Moore just snagging it and just keeping the flow of the game going.
Keeping it going indeed. That's the sort of offense you'll be really, really happy to see from your D-line. Nice and calm, nice and mature. But this D-line needs to go out there and get themselves a few more Ds. They need to go and take the disc off Tchac. Tchac aren't going to give it to them. They're too calm for that, and they're playing they're playing within themselves. They're playing their brand of Frisbee. CUSB need to change that.
They really do. As you can see here, both teams with the percentages of offensive points. The Tchac offense has only been broken 28%, so 2 of their 7 times on offense, while the Redbulls have only been broken 33%, 3 of their 9 times on offense. So you can see turns and breaks are hard and few in between to get, so you have to utilize exactly like you said, Mike, and just continue to get that, because there needs to be a little bit of separation if you want to feel comfortable in this game and push it to the finals.
Exactly. Who they may be playing in the final is yet to be decided. Second semi-final will follow this. Clapham from the UK versus Isn't It Good from France. It's theoretical that we could have an all-French affair in the final.
We really could. It's not a very good team. They were streamed earlier yesterday in this tournament, and we saw a tough battle. And then Clapham we saw last time playing the CUSB La Fota team and just kind of rummaging through in the last game as well.
Yes, dominating the CUSB offensive line throughout that game with 2 significant runs and breaks. And you can find that on YouTube, OTTV, or Tom's Tourney. Tchac now from the brick mark. Good work on the handler marks, but the disc is moving again now. Option on the break side. 39 with the disc, Chevalier. Nothing coming from upfield. Oh, takes a... Oh, that's what I'm talking about! That's the big bigs you need! That's exactly what CUSB want to see.
Yeah, Nawik just getting up there, using that height. Oh my goodness. And just continue it right there. Christopher and Yanok for the bookends and the slam. That was so exciting right there.
Oh, and from the heights of that D, just a little hop in, easy as you like, finish the point. Did all the hard work. That's exactly what they needed to do. Go out there and take the disc back.
And as you can see, that's probably a 4x, 5x, and for people that don't know at home, that's how we classify our highlights here. That was an insane bid. As you saw, he got up. Oh my gosh, full extension. Wow, that was shoulder level bid right there to get the bookends at the end. As you can see right here, Kusafuli just having it, passing it back. And Nawik in the end zone, passing to Kusafuli Nawik for the score.
Easy as you like. Oh, and if we have a look at that big bid, defensive bid again, it looks like the handler was leading out for his fellow handler into that space, but one of the receivers got in the way, moved into that space, didn't read the play, and drew their defender as well. And that's how the turn happened. Another long wait for the point between points.
And again, just looking at the chat, looks like Andrea Giroza just giving us some clarification of the Redbulls players. Number 23 is Barazzi, and number 57 is Crucifulli. So thank you again for that, as we trying to correct a little bit of our rosters to match these jersey numbers. And the pull is up. It's beautiful. It's coming down.
Oh, Tongetti again with that pull. Nice rolling pull. Tchac on their end zone line. Finds the inside shot. Tchac moving quite freely. Wind has picked up again. Deep shot not taken with a bit of separation. Slight height mismatch on that option, maybe. Making the handler think twice. Big shot now, it goes. Oh, and there we go, another D. Disc fell a little bit short. I don't think that's exactly what the thrower wanted to achieve.
And the wind just picking up there, just kind of giving it a little bit of an interesting path of flight, and it allowed the Red Bulls number 27, Giovanni Saduzzi, to kind of get that D right there. So that was great stuff. Yeah,
and especially considering that's coming over both of the backs of their heads. He did really well to get around there, generate a turn.
See numbers 97, Luca Dagnati just getting ready to throw it. But it is Callahan territory.
Oh, that's a big bid. That's how you make up for a throwaway. Go out there and get the turn back. We haven't got a shirt number, so don't know who it is, but I loved it.
I do too as well. GC's throwing to number 12. Ruben Maurer throws to the end zone for the score, the assist.
Lovely inside shot there. Bit of contact on that throw, it looks like, but all okay. Player apologized.
That's a great way to kind of rebound from that, because they could have went down another break, and like I always say, breaks come in twos, but Tchac kind of recovering, getting a layout D in their red zone right there to kind of convert it, and then an easy score, 1-2-3.
1-2-3. CUSB now sitting 9-9, even game. This is going to go all the way to the wire, I feel. We're sitting on 43 minutes past, so some time still yet left.
And as we see here, like you said, going to the wire, 9-9, and that was a break opportunity for the Red Bulls to capitalize and get a little bit of separation here, but they're going to keep it pushing. We're back at level pegging.
CUSB now really want to put this offensive point in. We go out there, take that disc back. Tchac need to keep playing calm, keep putting their offensive points in, and if we see some more bids like that from Tchac, can turn the game on its head. Disc is up. It's a big sailing pull, hanging in the cloudless sky.
Was here the Kaká chance again from Tchac.
Bravely fielded. I wouldn't be too sure about that. Boy like with the disc.
Tchac is going into a zone right here.
Yeah, it looks
went to their advantage.
Looks like we have match marking upfield with a bit of a combined sag on the handlers, forcing CUSB to swing the disc. Oh, but they find the space. There's no acres of space, and the disc just fell short.
And
Maury
it looked like right there,
apologizes,
too.
but that's definitely a throwaway.
Oh my goodness, and it looked like the wind just kind of took that away from Davide Mori. It looked just an easy kind of OI flick, and then just kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed down.
It didn't even need to have that much arc on it. He had so much space, he could have hung it out there for him. Let him run onto it and steal extra yards. Tchac now with the disc. Faye gets the disc up the line, a power position, and the big one goes. 2 receivers, it's a little bit too long.
And it drops down again. It's just, the wind's really kind of catching these throws. I think that one just didn't have a little bit, not enough on that one, just kind of dying down early. But again, it's kind of adjusting to these throws, trying to figure out how to get that rotation, get that rhythm while a wing can randomly just pick up.
Just being walked to the sideline now by CUSB. They have another chance.
And Tchac going into the zone, and it's a little floaty, but comes down.
CUSB moving onto the far side of the pitch. Centered. Not making very many yards against this zone just yet. Defense working really well. Handing off receivers. Hanging out deep, making sure there's no easy deep option. Force getting nice and tight. Continuation of the line.
Taking their time
13
here.
with the disc. Fakes the hammer, but opts to go back. Nothing really coming through the cup now. CUSB trying to work it around the back. Davide Mori with the disc. Oh, there we go, through the middle. Good bid from Tchac, but can't quite get it. Bit of give and go, bit of homeboy. Now we're over the halfway line. CUSB, and we've got a big transition call from Tchac. Looks like we're going to go back to match. CUSB looking forward. 23 on the far side, sees a bit of space, puts it up. Oh, and he can't reel it in. He gets up, gets a touch to it, but just tips it on. It's 29. Haven't got a name here, I'm afraid, for 29 from CUSB. Can't reel that one in. And this one is a messy point.
As you see here on Unloader Monitor, just kind of, like you said, just a little bit too much of a tip. And it goes right out of sails for them. Tchac defense looking to convert this to a break. And they're moving.
Oh, they're moving quickly. There's double coverage from CUSB. Position for the CUSB player, but Tchac did not give up. 71. Determination. Sylvain Robert there really wanted to get that disc in.
Sylvain Roulette right there, just putting the meters on there, trying to get to it, and it's just one step out there. I thought that was going to be a complete just kind of turn, but he was making the most out of it.
CUSB now in their end zone line against this zone. Big swing to the far side of the pitch. Davide Mori with the disc. Popped it in. Options in the middle, but elects to go back. Now moving to the back of the end zone. Callahan territory. We've seen a couple of those already this tournament. CUSB getting a little bit stuck. Mori with the disc. Back. Swung round. Getting a bit tense now. Mori on the front of the end zone. 28 with the disc. Mori back to 28. Swung to the far side. Moving through quickly. And a foul call. Bit of a discussion. CUSB now on the march, moving quickly through this zone. Looking towards the end zone, Mori with the disc, past the halfway line. Big shot goes. Inside pop. And he makes sure this time, no tip, right to his chest. Inside, lovely backhand.
And it looks like that's number 29, Zino Camarato, with the score right there. As you saw on the earlier in the point, he had one right on his fingertips and pushed it out of bounds, but he made up for that for the score.
CUSB would be happy to finally get that one in, but not quite happy with how they went about it. Generated a couple of turns that Tchac zone did. I think we might see a bit more of it.
Exactly, and it's hard to get these turns, but you have to convert these breaks. And the CUSB Redbulls in Callahan territory, taking a vacation in Cali right there, but that didn't faze them at all. Got through it, moved it down the field for the score.
Incredibly comfortable in that part of the pitch. A lot of faith in their own abilities, this CUSB squad. Really, really deep setup they have in Bologna there. Lots of fantastic players coming out of that area.
As you can see through their academy, it's just Bologna produces a lot of talent and has a lot of attraction there as well too. And just going there as we have about 10 minutes left in this game. 9-10, CUSB Red Bulls throwing it to Tchac on serve. Do you have any predictions for who you think is going to win this game, Mike?
Oh, that's a tricky one. You're putting me on the spot there. 10 minutes left. I think Tchac might just squeeze it. I think Tchac might squeeze it. I'm not happy with that call. I'm on the fence a little bit. Tongetti with the pull. Rolling out the back of the end zone. Don't think we had any hands on it, so I think we're coming to the front.
Such a great pull. It's already going to the next field as well too.
Yeah, disc's gone miles away. So we get another long break before the start of this point. So thanks to you, all of you watching at home. Like and subscribe. Feel free to support on Patreon as well. Anything you can offer makes this magic happen. Lots of people here working their weekends for the love of the sport. Disc being walked up now by the Tchac player. Ventruly on the disc with the mark. Again, some really strong defense from number 27 in that open channel. His mark took him out of the area, but made it really, really tricky. And he comes through with a D after that. Oh, I have a call. That's Santucci. So earlier in the game, we saw him do some fantastic match defense. Worked really hard there in the open field. Marked out his match. Saw his match go deep. Saw the play coming and came off his match and generated the turn. If it stands, we're having a little bit of a conversation about whether there was contact. Come to some agreement. Still talking it through. What did you think of that one?
Honestly, just kind of right happening in front of us is, honestly, I mean, one, just kind of breathtaking that you called, again, number 27, Santucci right there to get his name right, and then just, honestly, I thought that was a good bid. It did have to go through. It looked like no number right there. Quentin Crash Roger right there. Shouts out to John Tolfi.
Yeah, looking at the replay there, that's a bit tricky. We don't quite get a good angle. There's a lot of bodies on the floor. Looks like we've settled on a turnover. Another big play from CUSB. Let's see if they can put it in. Tongetti realizes it's his to pick up, and we're underway. Leading pass up the line. 57 on the front of the end zone. Ventruly pops the disc in. Back to 57.
And that's the score they needed, the Red Bulls, for a break. And as we can hear the buzzer kind of going off, we have just a little bit less than 7 minutes left in this game. Tchac need to find a way to get some answers, get some points, or they're not going to run out of time.
Indeed, just as I call it, that was sitting on Tchac's side. CUSB get through, get the big D, generate a turn, and put the point in, easy as you like. That was a buttery lead pass there. And really good give-go working there. Hockey assisting to himself. 57 there, doing some good work for CUSB. Again, taking a moment between these points. Both coaches on the pitch, both marshalling their troops. This is a big moment in the game. If you start putting if you put another point in here, you're getting a bit too much space in the game to pull it back. If you generate a turn, get that break. It's a big moment. CUSB currently ready. Tchac's coach making his way off. Tongetti with the disc in hand, ready for the pull. Some strong pulling so far from him this game. Hand is up and we're ready. Goes big. This one's a slower and rollier. Kept in bounds by Tchac. Centered to Quentin Rogers. Thanks for pointing out his name there on the stream. In the middle of the pitch. Rogers now with the disc. Now past the brick, moving really quickly, Tchac's offense. This is the sort of smooth offense we've been seeing so far. Free on the open side in the corner. Easy done.
And And right there, you can just kind of see Quentin Rogers taking over, making this point his as he facilitates the offense as he's been doing all game for this Tchac O-line. And they have it 10-11. Time is running out, too, so they have to get some points real fast.
Yeah, 10-11 to CUSB currently. Still time for things to slightly change up. May find ourselves in universe.
Don't get me excited about that. You know, we love a good universe point here, especially in the open semifinal.
We do, we do. And slightly different rules today than the rest of the tournament. We're going to add one soft cap once the timer goes. CUSB arriving at the line. Slow walk down. Again, coaches on for Tchac. Lots of involvement from the coaches this game. Nice to see at this level of Ultimate, non-playing coaches bringing a level of professionalism to the game. Do you have a thought on non-playing coaches versus playing coaches?
I guess I haven't really thought too much. I like the idea of a non-playing coach. I mean, just because in the other sports that I come from, it's very rare to kind of see playing coaches as well too, so that's kind of what I'm used to, just to have a little bit more. But playing coach also has an advantage because you're in the game, you can see it and you can feel it, the intensity. Sometimes, no coach, it's just, you have it, but you can see here the Crows calling again.
So CUSB setting that zone set again. CUSB, almost fumbled, but kept alive. CUSB with the disc, Tchac set comfortable in this set. CUSB in their own end zone, moving the disc through the hands. Tongetti with the disc. Not really moving forward particularly far, but we've seen them be very comfortable in this position earlier in the game. Oh, disc saved over there on the far side. Hammer goes, finds a bit of space, very easily. Knock with the disc there, centers. Option deep, not taken. Swing man is the call from Tchac. Tongetti, and Tongetti turfs the disc. Trying to rush it perhaps a little bit there.
Tchac picking up the disc, the turn they need.
Oh, good effort from the defender moving past there, but can't get a hand to it. Oh, and he goes again, same player. Really trying to make an impact on this game.
Archie so close to the disc twice.
Tchac now looking to calm things down a bit, keep things mature.
The Tchac defense trying to convert this to a break.
Faye working well with the other handlers. Dominant handler for Tchac so far. Faye disc back in his hands. Up the line. Around the brick mark now. Red zone. And he can handle and he can score! Big spike!
Oh my goodness, Laurent Faye just getting in there. The guy is excited. He's been throwing some assists. He's been throwing all along, but finally getting that score right here. As we hear time is getting close. That's the break that Tchac needed. And it's 11-11, level pegging again.
It is 11-11. So, I may be wrong. Feels like the buzzer went after that point was scored, so we play this one and then add one.
I believe so.
Lots and lots of players on all the Tchac players on the pitch now.
As we get confirmation from Boris, the tournament director, one of them, game to 13. And Mike, right kind of here with this mentality that I'm thinking is, you know, it's 11-11 pegging right here. Honestly, in my mind as a player, I got to get it first game to 2.
It's a game to 2. You need to forget about everything that's happened so far. Go out there and first up, go out there and put your O point in. CUSB need to not make too many, don't mess around, get that point in. Don't offer Tchac options to get ahead.
Precisely. And Tchac just energized off of that break opportunity, looking to see if they can come back with another one, because one of my favorite phrases is breaks come in 2s.
Breaks do come in 2s. And catches win matches. And you need to score more points than the opposition to win the game.
Exactly. That's just facts.
CUSB are ready now. XS Tchac players just vacating the pitch. Robert marshalling his team. Lots of passion in both of these squads. Pull goes up. Sitting really high. Looks like it might sail out of bounds. Just sails out of bounds. Tongetti moving to the disc to take it to the brick mark. An O point you want to put in quickly and decisively. This is exactly the way you want to start it. Oh, he's elected to not brick, taking it from the sideline at halfway. Disc being moved to the centre. 13 with a disc now. Pops it through. It's another zone look from Tchac. Not very much field to play with. Tongetti, disc moving through his hands almost every other pass through this game. Looking for options. CUSB see the big swing. Taken by 27. Tongetti. Big swing is the option. Can it be milked into the end zone? Can't, but inside pass, not taken. There was an open, but we take it in the end. Good toe in there.
It looks like some toe tapping right there for the end zone score. And the zone doesn't phase the Red Bulls, kind of ice in their veins, moving along the pitch right there. Getting the important score, not letting the break before the point kind of convinced them otherwise. Putting it in there. And again, that mentality, 1st to 2, Red Bulls taking the advantage 1-0.
That's exactly what they want to see. No rush from either of the squads here. They don't need to worry about time now. It's a clear matter. Game to 13.
Exactly. Just focus on what you can control, and what you can control is your throws, your cuts, your catches, your scores, and your defensive play.
It's another one of my big favourite phrases, control the controllables.
Exactly.
Tchac, their offence, they need to put this disc in now to make it a universe game. Worry about themselves. Don't worry about CUSB. Worry about themselves. They've been playing a really calm, nice, fluid brand of Ultimate. Let's see what they can do.
And if you're the Red Bulls right here, you want to get this over with. You're going to lay your body out on the line for this point. If you can get that break, that's game over.
Exactly. I think we're going to see some big bids here. Tongetti, big spinning pull. Disc sails high in the air. Lands and rolls. Rogers with the disc. Options. Oh, I thought we were going to see a bid there from 27. Doing really good defensive work so far this game.
Oh, 2 bidding players.
Lots and lots of work there from Stantucci. Big defensive effort. But now Tchac knocking on the door. We have a call. Slight bump on the force. Slowing everything down. CUSB players breathing hard. Lots and lots of work already put in to generate this turn. Tchac being nice and calm. First option not on. Leading pass to Rogers. Handles, scores, spikes.
And right there too, just the Tchac offense just pushing it up off the line like we've known they've seen all game too. And you could just kind of feel that they're going to give it to Quinn Rocher. He's been making plays happen all game, and he goes in for the score. And this is Universe Point right here, folks. The open semifinal, Universe Point to punch a ticket to go to the finals. It's coming down to the wire.
Both teams are going to want this. This is exactly how you want to start your season. 2020, a really big year.
Really big year again, and a big tournament too. Tom's Tourney coming in here, making a mark, punching away to the finals. Both teams have things to be proud about, but they're going to want to go for that gold.
Well, in all fairness and in all niceness, none of these teams are here to win third.
Beautifully put.
So here, big Universe Point. Time being taken between the points again.
Win picking up here. I think Nature's kind of getting excited as well, knowing that this is a Universe Point. Not a stranger, you know, both teams taking their time in between points, but this one particularly, first game to 1.
So CUSB with offensive, their chance, it's their game. Do you think we're going to see it put in quickly, or do you think there's going to be a little bit more defensive effort from Tchac?
I think Tchac's going to probably use this win to their advantage. Use a little bit more of that zone that they've been doing previously. It has been working, and seeing if this pull can get pretty good position for Tchac here, but the Red Bulls are ready to punch it in.
Tchac ready. Big pull sitting high from Tchac. There's going to be a set defense on the first pass. We're in Callahan territory already. And it sits high. Oh, my heart was in my mouth there. Disc moving now, Tongetti with the disc. Big pull, disc goes. Moritz sailing out, can he wheel it in? Big bid, big can't quite. Tchac have an opportunity. Fair starting quickly. Disc is in, offense don't know about it yet. Stall's going to be high already. Big swing, Callahan opportunity there as well. Disc up the line. Tchac moving now a bit more fluidly. Options not too coming. Fair doing lots and lots of work. Holsters the big throw. Power position.
Rolling fake. Looking for decision right now. Trying
He's
to
got
look.
no options. He's looking in trouble. Can he make something happen? Still's getting really high. Bailout throw.
Oh.
And D from CUSB. Not much was given to him there, but it didn't really look like he spent too much time looking at his reset.
And right there too, you can see RZ just getting there, having an influence on that pass.
Tongetti centers the disc. CUSB now looking. Keep their hold. Tongetti again. Oh, but lovely bid comes through. Over the shoulder. Does look like there was a bit of contact from him, and it has been called. Let's have another look at that now.
And with this discussion right here, you can see the players kind of getting all viewpoints right now just to make sure the right call, because this is universe point. You want to make sure everything goes in line, but great sportsmanship from both sides as well.
That is a tricky call. It has been upheld. CUSB retained with the disc. Big shot taken right away. Mori reeling it down. Fair, looking to get up there, but it is a height mismatch, and he takes it in. That's the point. Universe score.
Exactly, and that's exactly what the Red Bulls wanted, to put it deep. It looked like there was a little bit of a height mismatch right there with David Mori, and rather than the captain to put it in for the score, universe point, the Red Bulls are going to the finals. Great game by both teams.
Great game from both teams, agreed. Next semi-final not yet decided, and we can bring it to you now. Isno versus Clapham. Ivan, Michael, Paul, thank you very much for joining us.
I've been Corey Sostre. It's been a pleasure commentating alongside Mike, and we'll see you in the next game. Stay tuned with us and continue to watch.
Merci beaucoup.
Alti.tv